Welcome back, friend, to another episode of the Childcare Business Marketing Made Easy podcast. I am your host, Christina, and I am just so happy that you are here. By now, you might have realized that I have been uploading brand new podcast episodes 2 times a week. I am getting a lot of inspiration from conversations that I am having with a few of you inside Messenger, and I'm getting some good ideas and questions. So I thought, why not press record and share my thoughts and solutions and strategies, just in case you're wondering about the same thing. So one of the conversations I was having with a childcare provider was the fact that she was adamant about not using social media to grow her reach, because she said she already does marketing with her flyers. Like, that's how she does marketing. She prints out some flyers and she hires some teenagers in her community to pass the flyers around. And we had a really good conversation about how that's not a very smart move and how that can actually hurt our business. So today I really wanted to focus on how using flyers is not enough, like why it's not enough and how it can actually hurt your business. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to give you 3 simple reasons why relying only on printed flyers instead of using social media marketing, for example, can hurt your daycare's marketing efforts. Okay, so before I dive in, I want to make sure that you know that I have a monthly marketing membership where my team and I help you with your social media marketing game. So this has been specifically designed for childcare providers that are short in time. They don't know all the tech involved with, social media and putting graphics together, or they just don't want to be on social media throughout the day because they want to be with the kids working and they just don't want to deal with social media and they need help with marketing. So it's called the Childcare Business Hub, and it is designed for childcare providers with low marketing budgets. And we basically help them by creating their social media posts, their graphics, promo videos, and we also offer marketing training and consulting every single month. It's $25 a month to join. The price will be going up in 2024. So if you want to grab a spot at $25 a month, link is in the show note. You can actually try it out for free for the first 5 days before you actually commit to the membership. Now, let's dive into today's topic about flyers. And I know that if you're running a home daycare, especially a home daycare, that printing flyers, probably somebody told you in your community that just print them flyers out, hire somebody to put like a little graphic together, or maybe you even did this yourself on your computer, and you paid someone to pass them around. Maybe you have someone in your neighborhood, maybe a teenager, your niece, your teenager, whatever. And you think, well, my job is done. The phone's going to start ringing. I'm going to start booking visits, and, I don't need to rely on anything else. And that is such a huge, huge issue when it comes to marketing your center or home daycare. It is something that is not helping you. It is something that is not working. It is something that may have worked maybe 10, 15 years ago. I know for starters, when I started my childcare center, and it wasn't even a home daycare, it was an actual center, that I did exactly that. I was actually one of these people that would walk around with Scotch tape and an envelope with flyers printed out, and I would post them everywhere. So if I went to the park, if I went to the grocery store, the bookstore, anywhere there was a bulletin board, you can bet that my flyer was there. And the reality is that it did not bring me any clients. It didn't bring me any traffic. No one called and mentioned the flyer. And it was just a waste of time. And I was basically doing what other people had told me to do, right? Just print out some flyers and pay someone to pass them around. Now, I didn't have any money to pay someone to do this. So I decided that I would get in my car and just have these handy. So wherever I went, I would just post them myself, and it really did not do anything for my business. Okay. So fast forward to today, as a digital marketing strategist, really just specializing in the online space, I see how a lot of providers are still stuck with that mentality, the flyer mentality. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be printing flyers at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that when you're just relying on flyers, you're doing your business a huge disservice, okay? So first reason is because they do have limited reach. Unless you have a budget to hire someone and spend thousands and thousands of dollars covering all the addresses, all the doors in your community and then some, which I'm pretty sure you don't have, they do have limited reach, right? They only reach a specific area where you're actually handing them out, right? So if it's a little community, if it's a zip code, if it's a specific neighborhood, you're just reaching a limited amount of people, which is really, really the wrong way to think about marketing, right? Especially when you're in need of enrollment, the name of the game is getting as many eyeballs as possible on your business, on your brand, getting more people to become aware of you, right? And when you just have a small budget, let's say of $100 or $200, it's really difficult to reach as many people as you would if you were, for example, using social media to reach more families, right? We know the social media, it reaches many, many people at the same time. It doesn't matter if you're living in a part of town and you want to reach people across the other side of town. Social media can actually do that and does do that for you, right? So that's why I'm not a big fan of flyers. So that's the first reason, limited reach. The second is you can't really track what works, okay? So what that means is that when we're thinking of marketing and advertising, we're putting all this effort in, maybe paying for ads or hiring an agency or, having a strong content-rich social media strategy. So posting and asking, people that are following your pages to click the link, go on your website and etc. You want to be able to track that data. And when you are passing out flyers, you can't possibly track the data. You don't know how many people saw it. You don't know how many people threw it in the recycling bin. You don't know how many people just put it in the garbage. You don't know, right? But if you are using, let's say, Facebook ads, you can actually track how many people are watching your videos, how many people clicked, how much it cost you. If you are directing people to your website, you can actually track the data there. If you are posting on social media and you're hoping to get conversations started and you're sending all that traffic to your DMs, you can track that as well. So you see, that's the second reason why I'm not a big fan of flyers, because you cannot track what works. And that's why you would want to track, right? You want to track because once you figure out what works, then obviously you want to do more of it, right? There's no sense in doing more and more of something that is not working, okay? Number 3 reason why I'm not a big fan of flyers and how they're hurting your business is that the cost, right? Don't kid yourself. Printing and hiring a designer, hiring someone to write the copy, to design the graphics, hiring someone to print this out, and then hiring someone to actually pass this out. The price can go really, really high, like before you know it, right? I had a client that didn't want to spend $5 a day on Facebook ads, but when she saw how much money she was spending on flyers, getting flyers printed, she was like, what am I doing? Like, it's ridiculous, right? So cost is really, really up there. And it's something that we kind of don't think about because we think we're just going to, create a flyer on our own, or it's not going to be that expensive. But I'm telling you that graphic designers they charge at least $50 an hour. And then printing the paper, whether you go to Staples or some other place, paper is ridiculously expensive now, and printing it as well. And then the labor, like the work, the actual person that's going to go door to door to do this as well, they cost as well. Social media by far can be cheaper and more sustainable, obviously, if you're thinking about the environment, okay? And the last reason why I'm not a huge fan of flyers and how they're not enough in your marketing strategy is that there's no connection using flyers, right? So you're in the business of connections and relationships, right? You're selling your services as a childcare provider. So when you're passing out a flyer and that's the only way that you're really just getting the word out on your program, a mom and dad can't actually tell anything about a flyer. She can't tell if you have great reviews, if what you sound like, what the program is like, if you can be trusted, if you have your credentials. They can't tell anything. But if you're posting on social media and you're doing a really good job of posting educational content and going live and updating your stories and having promo videos and really just discussing different activities you've done with the kids and why you're doing it and really just establishing that authority, that makes a huge difference, especially in early childhood education, right? Especially in the childcare business. No flyer can do that for you. Absolutely not, right? So that is my bonus reason why flyers are not enough when it comes to marketing your center, and they can actually leave you feeling depleted, overwhelmed with marketing, and really just getting nowhere with your enrollment. So there you have it, you guys. Some reasons why flyers are not enough And hopefully, if you're listening to this, you are willing to try something different. You're willing to go maybe all in when it comes to social media or even Facebook ads. I have a bunch of links in the show notes if you're interested in either trying Facebook ads or talking strategy or emailing me your marketing questions. I would be more than happy to chit chat with you. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye for now.